Okay, that should be better, hopefully. I don't know. Looks like it's better. Yay! Yay! So, let's see. So, how excited are you guys about crocheting? Um, I've done a lot of crocheting in my life. I wouldn't say that I'm, you know, an expert or anything, but I have made a lot of flowers and um, different types of things, because making blankets is kind of boring, and I just think it's really fun to, try to explore um, different crafts and just see what the possibilities are. You know what I mean? Um, okay, okay, cool. So how many of you guys are, like, would you say experienced crocheters? Like, is there anybody that feels really comfortable with following a pattern? Or would you, I guess what I'm trying to say is, would you guys like me to kind of go over like the stitches and like how to read a pattern and that kind of stuff so that, you can feel comfortable with basically picking up a book of crochet patterns and, making the things that it tells you how to make in the book, because I mean, they kind of tell you, but it's just reading all of the abbreviations is sometimes really is really confusing. So, okay, so you're experienced and can follow a pattern. Good, awesome. Angela, right? Okay. Right on, Regina. Okay. Right on, Lorna. Hi, Lorna. I don't think I've seen you before either. Okay, cool. So are you guys all gonna try to like work along with me, or I'm just kind of wondering? Because obviously this is going to be recorded and you can go back and watch it on YouTube at any time and, pause and rewind and all that. So, hi, Brenda. You made it. Hi, Scotty. Yeah, so my mom, she loves to crochet. She's done it a lot. And, she basically just does like a, straight back and forth, double crochet or whatever. And, um, so she's wanted to try some different stitches and stuff. And so, over this last winter, I showed her some stitches that, you know how some stitches they move faster than others. Like you're able to create more crocheted fabric quicker with different types of stitches. And one of those is like a granny square type of stitch, and she always gets stuck on that part where you have to go from where you have to like go up to the next row. So she gets stuck there a lot. So I thought, I don't know if you guys all saw the photos that I posted in the Facebook group of the flowers and stuff that I thought, we could work on. But I love this book. It's this is the first crochet flower book that I purchased, and it just has some really, really cute ideas and lots of really pretty flowers that you can crochet. And one thing I really, really like about crocheting is that it's so versatile. And once you're really comfortable with the stitches and the way that it kind of works, you can do like a freestyle type of thing really, really easily. And it's really, really easy to like fix a mistake or cover up a mistake and kind of pretend like it didn't happen. And I don't knit, so I can't say in comparison to knitting, because I don't knit, but some people are really, really amazing knitters, and they can do anything that anybody can do crocheting, and some people think knitting is more versatile than crocheting. So I don't know. All I can say is that I think crocheting is very, very versatile. So, and I've never tatted. That's one thing that I would really like to learn how to do. But anyway, so this is a really cool book. It's Suzanne Thompson Crochet Bouquet, and so I picked out a few patterns out of here, and I did post pictures of those patterns in the Facebook group, and so you could like pull those up and look at them and follow along if you want. The first one I thought we could do would be this this ray flower. Really, really simple. The only complicated part about it is probably just the half double crochet. I think, you know, maybe some people have never done a half double crochet, but it's, you know, it's pretty, yeah, Suzanne Thompson. Yeah, so, yeah, Suzanne Thompson. No E at the end of her name. No E at the end of Suzanne. But first, there's a section in here where it talks about the stitches. And so she does a, she does like a half treble crochet, which is, I don't know, kind of a weird stitch. But when we get to that, I'll show you how to do it. And I may have to come back and look at this too, because I don't necessarily have all of this in my head, but because it's honestly, it's been a couple years since I've crocheted that much. So, but so I'm going to work just with like a cotton, you know, sugar and cream yarn, just because it's really good at showing the stitch and stuff like that. And I have a few different colors of that. I have way too much yarn. But one thing that is really cool to do if you're gonna do like a full, like using like a worsted weight yarn, so meaning like this type of weight of yarn rather than like a thread, is if you get wool yarn that is not oh my gosh, what do they call that? What do they call that? Where yarn, where the wool is, it's not treated. Somebody that knows about that, help me out. But there's this they treat wool yarn sometimes so that it doesn't felt when you wash it. And I just can't remember what the term is, but I don't know. I went down that road and I probably shouldn't have until I remembered what that was. But anyways, you can felt flowers if you use wool yarn. Yeah, it's like natural, but you know, it's like it's not yeah, it's like in its natural state. So it hasn't been like it hasn't been treated. And it's hard, it's kind of hard to find until you know what it is, and then it's like, oh, that's this certain brand. But anyways, you can do some really cool like felting with wool, and they turn out really, really neat. Anyway, we'll go down that road. But anyway, so to do just like a basic you know, simple flower like this, let's see, let's use the yellow. Use yellow in the center. And of course it's all messed up. So we'll just do the whole thing. Oh, well, we'll start out with it, I guess. I was going to say we could do like 2 colors, but. So everybody does this different when starting out. Some people will just tie a slip knot. I basically, and how you hold your yarn is different. Everybody does it different. Some people will loop the yarn around this finger and then hold it there. So it's kind of that type of thing. I'll try to, sorry, I wasn't in frame. So some people will take the yarn and wrap it around their pinky and then around that finger. So it kind of crosses their hand like that. And then this is the part where you're working, and this is where you kind of stabilize the yarn. And it sort of helps to maintain the tension, okay? That's why a lot of people loop it around their pinky. I don't do that because I don't know, I just don't. I hold it with my pinky like that. I've also had carpal tunnel surgery on both of my hands, so it does sometimes cause issues. I sometimes will get pain in my finger, in my pinky. So if you can get used to doing it that way, it's probably better for your hands and for your wrist. So, but I don't know. I can do it. I'll just try to do it that way, just for you guys. So, so basically, I just put my yarn in position, like I'm just going to start crocheting, and I'll just wrap the hook. So when you yarn over, you're always going to yarn over towards yourself. Okay, so you're going to have your hook and yarn over towards yourself, and that's something that you'll have to maybe watch again. But like you don't want to. It's not that way. It's always back towards yourself. We are just starting, Amy. Yeah, and just in case anybody's curious, I did send out the clusters yesterday. So, you know, however long it takes mail to get to you from Washington State, first class, I would say you'll probably get them early next week, regardless of where you are. So, and I'm definitely going to be looking at my hands a lot and not at the chat that much, you guys, just so you know. So basically what we're going to do is we're just trying to get one secure loop on the hook, okay? So I will yarn over and then yarn over again and pull through and then pull through again. And then I have a slip knot. So that's kind of my cheating way of creating that. And I can't hold the yarn like that. I just can't do it. I tend to use my thumbs a lot too, and I'll try not to do that so much so that you guys can see what I'm doing. But hopefully this is, yeah, treble is fun if you remember to wrap twice. Yeah, absolutely. And it is a nice stitch, and it definitely gets you a lot of mileage. So she does a half treble in here, so it just works a little differently. But anyway, so basically what this pattern says is that we're creating the center of the flower, okay? So what it says is, you know, with your with one loop, you know, your knot on the hook, you're going to chain 3. So 1, 2, 3. And to chain, right, you're yarning over towards yourself. You kind of turn your hook down and pull through, okay? So it becomes just a very natural motion. I hold my hook this way. Some people hold their hook a little bit differently too, and I just feel like this gives me the least amount of stress on my wrist. But some people hold their hook like this, more like a pencil or a pen. And yeah, I generally crochet pretty tight too, but I have never been a fan of this style of holding the hook. You know what I mean? No, it's 2. It's 2. Yeah, you yarn over twice. So anyways, I'll try to stay on track here. So we're going to chain 3, and then so that's a basic chain stitch, okay? And so the first loop that you've had on your hook does not count as a stitch. You just don't count it. You only count the stitches where you yarn over and draw through, right? So we have 3 stitches so far. And then Oh, no, no, no. Sorry. This says to chain 6. Sorry. So that's 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. And then, so then it says that we need to do a slip stitch back into that first stitch. So a slip stitch is where you just go through that loop. You don't yarn over. You basically just pull through and then pull through again. So you're just basically securing the stitch. That's all you're doing. Yeah, I can't hold it like that. I can't hold it like that. Okay, so then this pattern says to chain 3. Okay, so when you do 3, when you chain 3, that takes up the same amount of space as a double crochet. And I'll show you what a double crochet looks like here in just a second. So then what we're going to be doing is working into the center of this loop. Can you guys see what I'm doing okay? I hope so. All right, so to do a double crochet, you're going to yarn over, you're going to insert your hook, you're going to yarn over again, pull through, yarn over, through 2 loops, yarn over, and 2 loops again, and pull through the last 2. So that's a double crochet. So you yarn over. I guess it's not really a yarn over. It is kind of a yarn over, but anyways, pull through 2, through 2, yarn over, draw through 2, through 2. So basically what we have is 4 stitches now. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Can you see that? So that the chain 3 is our first double crochet, and then we have 3 more. 1, 2, 3. Hi, you guys. Okay. It's complicated to teach a whole bunch of people how to crochet. Sorry. I'll do my best, though. I just want you to know I was like a little nervous about doing this, but I think we're going to get through it. So this is saying to do 19 double crochets in that ring. Okay. So 19 more. So we're going to have 20 total because that chain 3 counts as our first one. So I've got 4, 5, 6, and I'm letting my tail kind of get built into the ring. Okay, like I'm crocheting over that. I could just let it drop and let it hang there, but I kind of like to have it get, you know, crocheted into it. So how many do I have now? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 7. See what I mean? How I use my thumb? 8. 9. 10. 11. 12. 13. 14. 15. 16. 17. 18. 19. Okay. So, you know, and then you kind of want to work these around so that they're sort of even, right? Like you don't want them all bunched up at the end or whatever. So then we'll join this together. So we've got this, we've got to get this part here attached to this, right? So that it's going to form a ring so that we can then do our next row, right? So what it says is to slip stitch in top of beginning chain 3. So it's saying to slip stitch into the top of the the chain. So there's 1, 2, 3. There's our 3 chain stitches, right? So we're going to go into the top one, and we're just going to slip stitch. So I'm not yarning over or anything. I'm just inserting the hook and then pulling the yarn through. So we joined that together. So now it's a complete ring. Okay, and then let's see, what does this say? Chain 1, single crochet in next stitch. So to look at the pattern, I don't know if you guys can see this. So I'm on round 2 now, okay? So it says chain 1 asterisk. You have to pay attention to the asterisks in patterns, because a lot of the time it'll tell you to repeat from asterisk to asterisk, right? And so it's kind of like a complete set of instructions between the 2 asterisks. They almost act like parentheses or something. So chain 1, single crochet. So SC is single crochet in the next stitch. Okay, so that's going to be our very next stitch. So do it slow one more time. Okay, Amy, so that was a double crochet. We're not doing trebles right now. We're doing doubles. This is a double crochet. Yeah, Amy, so you can pull it all up. So you can pull up the picture. If you can, I don't know. Hopefully you can. Okay, so it says to chain 1. So chain 1, and then so it says single crochet in next stitch. So the next stitch is going to be right there. See, each stitch has 2 loops, right? Can you guys see that? Each stitch has 2 loops. So some patterns will tell you to hook into the back one, and some will say to hook into the front one. If it doesn't say either way, then you go through both. So single crochet. So for single crochet, instead of yarning over before you insert your hook, you don't yarn over at all. You just insert your hook, pull through, and then you yarn over and pull through the 2 loops. Okay, so then this pattern says to chain 6. So I'm going to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, and then it tells me to skip 3 stitches. So we're making one of the petals of a flower. So you know, you can see that that's going to create like a loop, right? And this will work with any gauge yarn. You know what I mean? You can, okay, down a little bit. Okay, sorry guys. So this will work with any gauge yarn. You could do this with super fat fluffy yarn as long as you use a bigger hook, or you can do this with a little teeny tiny hook. Either way, you know. Yeah, it just depends on, you know, you just kind of want your hook to sort of match the yarn that you're working with. And you know, it can get really complicated as far as like how many stitches per inch you're going to get and all that stuff. Generally with this weight of yarn, I like to use either a G or an H. So either like a 4.5 millimeter or a 5 millimeter. And sometimes, you know, if I want it to be a little bit fluffier, I'll go up to like a 6 millimeter. The bigger your hook, the bigger your loops are going to be. So it's going to make your whole project turn out a little bit bigger. Some stitches will, like some books will tell you, like, with this weight of yarn, you should use this size of hook. So if you get serious about crocheting, it's a good idea to get a set of hooks with all different sizes. So, and they generally will be every 0.5 millimeter. Like there'll be a 5, a 5.5, a 6, a 6.5, that kind of thing. So, okay, so then the pattern says to skip 3. So we're going to skip 1, 2, 3, and then it's going to tell me, and then it tells me to repeat from the asterisk 4 more times. So we're going to wind up with 5 petals. So if at the beginning of the asterisk it says single crochet in next stitch, I'm going to single crochet into that stitch, basically into the 4th one, and then it tells me to chain 6 again. And then I'm repeating from the asterisk again 3 more times. I just did no, 4 more times. So we're going to skip 3, 1, 2, 3, and I'm going to single crochet into the 4th one and then chain 6. Okay, and then skip 3, 1, 2, 3, single crochet, chain 6. I should have balled up this yarn. Okay, and then see, we've got 3 petals so far, so we need 2 more. So skip 3, 1, 2, 3, single crochet, chain 6, skip 3, 1, 2, 3, and then we're back at the beginning. So at the end of this, it says to slip stitch around the first single crochet. So instead of doing a single crochet here, which would cause us to basically increase a row, we're not going to do that. We're just going to do a slip stitch. So it's going to keep us at the same level as the rest of these stitches. I don't know if that made sense. So this is my first single crochet right here. Okay, that's my first single crochet. You can see that it's actually a stitch because it has these 2 like you know, loops right there, and then it has a loop on the top. It has 2 loops on the top. So I'm going into the top of that and I'm just slip stitching. So I'm not going to yarn over. I'm just going to pull through and then pull through again. So then I've just got that 1 loop on there, and it basically just joined this loop and that loop, or those chains together. Okay. Oh my goodness. I hope this is helping a little bit, you guys. And at least it's recording, you know. So, I mean, you can go back and look. And I know there's tons of crocheting, you know, tutorials on YouTube. So, you know, it doesn't hurt my feelings if if you don't watch this one, but I think it would be kind of fun to do some more projects, you know. So, okay. So, we're finished with round 2 basically. So this says there's a note for round 2. It says the single crochet stitches of round 2 are anchor stitches for round 3. So that's kind of important. Usually, a lot of the times, a single crochet will be used as an anchor, you know, to kind of keep the whole project together. So this one stitch that I just, you know, did with my mom was like a type of shell stitch where it was like 19 stitches kind of all crocheted together, and then like a big long chain, and in between that she needed to anchor it to the other one that was right below it, and a couple times she forgot to do that, and she wound up with this giant hole in the center of her project. So that single crochet is really important sometimes. So for round 3, it tells me to chain 1, and then in parentheses, it says single crochet, half double crochet, 6 double crochet, half double crochet, single crochet in next chain 6 loop. So basically what it's telling me is that I'm going to be making the petal to that flower, right? So these stitches that are here, they start out kind of short and then they gradually get taller. Okay, so it's forming this shape, you know. This stitch right here is a single crochet and it's shorter than this half double crochet that's up here. So that's basically what it's telling me to do. And that's all in one little instruction that's in parentheses on here. So, and that generally means that that's going to be different than the rest of the pattern, usually. Okay, so it tells me to chain one. So chain one, and then single crochet. So I do one single crochet, and I'm going into the big loop. Okay, I'm not going into the stitches. I'm just going into the big loop, right? So it's going in here. So a single crochet, you insert your hook, draw through, yarn over, draw through both loops. And then half double crochet. So a half double crochet, I'm pretty sure, because I've been doing a lot of half double crochets, but let me check it. Yeah. So a half double crochet, basically you do half of what a double crochet is. So you yarn over, insert your hook, draw through one, and then draw through both. Yarn over. So it's telling me to do that. No, just once. Okay. So then we yarn. So then we're doing a double crochet. So 6 double crochets. So yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2, pull through the last 2. Yarn over, pull through 2, through 2. So basically, when you do a half double crochet, you're eliminating 1 yarn over. So that's 3. I'm supposed to do 6 of these. 4, 5, 6. Okay, and then so it's gotten a little, so it's gotten taller. See, so it started out short, got a little bit taller, and then taller, and then now we're going to go back down shorter again. So we're going to do a half double crochet. So yarn over, insert, pull through 1 without yarning over, and then yarn over and through 2. And then a single crochet. So the single crochet, sorry, is just through, pull, and then yarn over through 2 stitches, or through the 2 loops. So that's 1 petal. Okay. So what does this say? So in next, chain 6 loop. All right, so then we chain 1. It says chain 1, slip stitch around the next anchor stitch. So we chain 1, and then it says to slip stitch into that anchor stitch. So the anchor stitch is that one right there in the middle. So we'll insert the hook into that stitch, and then, whoops, we're not yarning over anything. We're just slipping it through there. Let's see. And then we repeat from the asterisk 4 more times. Okay, so basically we're just going to do the same thing that we did here. So what we start this out with a chain 1. So chain 1, and then we do a single crochet. Whoops, we do a single crochet. So insert in the big loop, pull through, yarn over, pull through both, and then we do a half double crochet, which is yarn over, insert, pull through the first one, and yarn over and through 2. And then we're going to do 6 double crochets again. I don't know. I'm probably not the best crochet teacher, but I don't know if you guys are crocheting or not, but so that's 2, yarn over, insert, pull through, yarn over, through 2, through 2, yarn over, insert, pull through 2, yarn over, through 2. How many did I do? Done 3. 4, 5, 6. And you kind of have to scooch these down on that, you know, chain a little bit sometimes to make enough room. So I did the 6 double crochet, so I'm doing a half double now. So pull through or yarn over, insert, pull through 1 loop, yarn over through both loops. And then the last one is a single crochet in the loop, so you yarn over through both. And then it tells me to chain 1. So we chain 1 at the end, and then we're going to do a slip stitch in the top of this single crochet. That's our anchor. Slip, and then chain 1. So we've got 2 petals so far. Okay. Okay. Well, hope so, guys. So you can see see, it's going to be a flower. Okay, thanks, Carol. Yeah, I changed my paper today. All right. I really, really, really recommend this book, you guys. Hi, Elizabeth. This really is a great book. Elizabeth, I don't know if you saw this, if you're just now coming in, but this crochet bouquet book is awesome for beginning flowers. So it's a bunch of flowers, but I mean, I've made every single flower in this book, but she also has a whole bunch of leaves, all different kinds of leaves. And then she gives some really good ideas for projects. Like I want to do this. I like these little guys. You know, these are super cute. I want to do, these are really fun. These flowers are really fun. You can do them that way or that way. See? Yeah, it's a great book. But I want to make some of these guys. I think those are so cute. Anyway. Okay, where are we at? All right. So let's finish up this flower. We're almost done with it. Okay. So what did I do? I did my slip stitch. So wait, did I do the chain 1? No. So this starts with a chain 1. Yes, I did. Okay, so chain 1, single crochet, and then a half double, and then 6 double crochets. Five, 6, and then back to a double or half double, and then a single. And then we chain one, anchor with a slip stitch, and then chain one, single crochet in the loop, half double, and then 6 doubles. Yeah, it is cotton yarn, Elizabeth. It's just, you know, the sugar and cream cotton yarn. Great for hot pads. If anybody's, you know, like looking at making hot pads or anything like that, because they're really easy to make and they're fun, use cotton yarn. Don't use acrylic yarn. It'll seriously, like, it'll burn and you'll burn yourself. Cotton yarn. That's why I buy cotton yarn mostly, is for just making hot pads. So, but have you seen the scrunchy yarn? It's super fun, and that yarn is great for making bath scrubbies, like for your face and stuff. Yeah. Thanks, Sheila. Yeah, acrylic definitely melts. So I've used a lot of wool. I've done a lot of wool felting with crocheting. Maybe I'll go and grab one of my wool felted purses that I made. If you use wool that has not been treated, which I can't remember what it's called, if somebody would Google that for me, that would be awesome. Like, what kind of wool can you use for felting? Wool yarn can you use for felting or something? It's on the tip of my tongue and I can't remember what the treatment is, but and if anybody doesn't really know what felting is, it's basically where you take let's see, how many have I done? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You could do felting in a lot of different ways, of course, but one of the easiest ways to do like a felted project in a specific shape is to crochet it first, and then you basically put it in hot water with soap, and you just scrunch it together, you know, and until all of the fibers of the wool yarn they start to like get the wool is like, it's just like our hair where it has little scales on it. Okay, well, the hot water and the soap, the hot water causes those little scales to kind of lift up, and the soap makes the scales sort of start to slide together. Okay, it lubricates the yarn so that the little scales start to lock together, and basically it creates a solid fabric, so you can hardly even see that there's separate pieces of yarn in the piece anymore. And I can show you a picture. There's a picture of a felted flower in here. Felting is really fun. Yeah, so she's felted. See, she felted this one, but that's what it looked like before. So see these two? Like this one, you can still see all of the separate loops and stuff, but this one you can't. It's really fun. Yeah, raw fleece, roving. What is it called? Hold on. Hold on. How is wool treated to not felt? superwashed. Okay, so superwashed yarn will not felt. That's what it's called. Yes, superwash. Haha, thank you. Thanks, Lorna. Yes, superwash. Yeah, if you don't want it to felt, then buy superwash. Okay, if you want your yarn to felt, then you just don't buy anything that says superwashed on it. Yeah, that's it. And it's kind of hard to find because most people that make like sweaters and things like that, like they don't want their yarn to felt. But you know, people that are into felting, of course, we don't like superwash. But anyways, so that's what it is. So then I'm on my double or my half double crochet and then single crochet. Chain one, and then I anchor in the top of that single crochet with a slip stitch, chain one again. So I'm on the last petal now. So I do a single crochet, a half double, and then 6 doubles. Thanks, Lorna. Two, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then we'll do a half double and a single, and then we'll chain one, and then it says to slip stitch into the top of that anchor stitch, and then how does it finish off? Yeah, so then to fasten off, we'll just basically pull that through one stitch, or just loop it, pull it through one loop, and then I just pull it like that and tighten it. So then you can take these and like take your ends and get like a real fat, oh, where's my big needles? Here we go. So you can get a yarn needle like this. I have those ones are real cheap. I like to use this one. This one's seen better days. But you basically just weave this end through. I mean, you can use this, like if you're going to be attaching this to something, you can use these ends. You know, they're useful. That's what I'm trying to say. So basically what a lot of people do is they'll just take that end and just kind of weave it into the fabric of the piece. So I like went down through those stitches right there, and so then I'm just going to take my needle and go like through the bottom of these stitches right along that loop. I'm working my way all the way along the bottom of these stitches, okay? Until it comes out over here. So I just took that needle all the way through all those stitches, and this needle is real dull on the end, so it's easy to get it through there. So then I'm just pulling that through. So it just hides that little tail. So you don't see that. And then I'll do the same with this. I'm just gonna kind of weave it in to all these little stitches here. I'm not gonna go all the way around because remember how I kind of crocheted over that tail in the beginning anyways? It's already kind of locked down. Excuse me. There. So no, yeah, it is cute, huh? So if we wanted to do two colors, you know, when we did that first single crochet to count after we did all the double crochets here, if you want to add on another color, you would just do that like when you, I'll show you guys how I add on another color. I don't do it like the way like they say you're supposed to do it, but you know, whatever. I think the way I do it is easier. Okay, so there's that one. And then that flower, this little simple 5 flower is really easy. It does a little cluster stitch though, and it does the treble cluster. So I don't know. I don't know if we're going to do that one. This Gazania is actually kind of fun. So do you guys want me to do another flower? Should I do another one of these? Okay, you guys vote. Should I do another one of these? But change colors for the petals. Okay, so if you want me to do another one of the same flower, but with 2 colors, then just say same. If you want me to do a leaf, we can just go ahead and do like a leaf next. So I would be doing, where's that leaf that I was going to do? Hang on. Here it is. So I was going to just do a leaf like this. I mean, we'll do the leaf anyway, but if you want me to do another flower first, yeah, do another flower with 2 colors. And then we'll do a leaf after that. So who wants to do a leaf or who wants to do same again? Okay. Okay. All right. Okay. All right. Well, we've got 3 sames, so we'll do the same. Let's do. Let's see. Let's do this green in the center, and then I'll do like pink petals. How about that? All right. Okay, so I start out, I don't bother tying knots and that kind of thing. I just basically start crocheting. That's how I get my knot. That's how I get my slip knot. Okay, good. All right, Elizabeth. I'm glad you're here because I know that you love crocheting. And I've been watching your videos and stuff. This is a 5, yeah, this is a 5mm. Yeah, and I would actually be using a 5.5, but I think my mom has it. I know you do. Yeah, I know. Okay, so let's see if I can remember this. This sunflower is really cute too. She uses this like pom-pom yarn. All right, so we're doing the ray flower. Okay, so we chain 6. That's how we start out. Chain 6, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then we're going to join that together with a slip stitch at the very end. Okay, and then it tells me to chain 3. 1, 2, 3. And then I'm going to do 19 double crochets into the center of this loop. Talk amongst yourselves. You know, I don't know what I'm going to do with it, Linda. Honestly, I don't know. My mom actually has a lampshade upstairs that has a whole bunch of crocheted flowers on it. Or no, it's not a lampshade, it's a hat. It's really cute. A couple years ago, my mom and I got really into crocheting flowers, and but she doesn't read patterns. She doesn't know how to read patterns. And so I was in charge of reading the pattern, and it was really fun. I would come over like every weekend and we would do a different flower, and we did some really beautiful flowers. The narcissus are really, really pretty. And then we did like columbine, and really, I mean, some of them turned out really, really pretty, and poppies, and all different kinds of leaves. And I don't know what I wound up doing with all those flowers. So I'm going to do 19 double crochets in here. I'm not counting at the moment because I'm talking, but I'll go back and count them here in just a second. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. So I have to do 5 more. See how I'm working that tail underneath these stitches? So that last part, you know, where I weave it back in with the needle isn't even really necessary. I just like to do a little bit extra. 2, 3, 4. Oops. 5. Okay, that should be 19. So then I do a slip stitch into the top of that chain 3. And then, yeah. So then it says chain 1, and then I do a single crochet in the very next stitch. So this is like our anchor stitch, right? And then chain 6. Oh, wait a second. I was going to change colors. I forgot. Okay, so basically what I do when I'm going to change colors is I just end it. So I did the slip stitch, okay? So I haven't done the chain 1, or I haven't done the chain 1. I just ended my slip stitch. So then, wait, did I? Hold on. Yeah, I just did the slip stitch. So I basically just joined those together. Okay, so I just cut my yarn off kind of long, and then I'm just gonna pull it through that and pull that tight. Okay, so I'll insert my hook right there where I want to add my new color, so I don't lose my place for one thing. Whoops. And then I'll get my other color, and I just continue crocheting like I was. So I'll hold the yarn just like I was crocheting. So I'm gonna hold the piece with that yarn in my finger, right? And I'm gonna grab the yarn and pull it through just the loop. So I'm just pretending like that's already tied on, okay? I'm not tying it on or anything yet. I'm just pretending like it's tied on. So I'm pretending like this is just the slip stitch. Okay, so I'm going to do my chain 1, and then I'm just going to continue crocheting. So basically these ends when I'm done with the project, I'll wind up tying that off and weaving both of those ends in. Yeah, that's all. That's really the only thing I can say about changing colors. And you can do that whenever you want. What I really made a lot of are hats. I made a ton of hats in my life. I had a hip surgery a few years ago, and also knee surgery and that kind of thing. And so I spent a lot of time in bed, and especially after the hip surgery. So lots of time. Okay, so we did our chain one, and then what do we do? Oh, and then we do a single crochet in that first stitch. That's the beginning of this whole thing. Okay, and then we chain 6, 5, 6, and then it says to skip 3, 1, 2, 3, and we do a single crochet. So you can see how you could change this pattern if you wanted to, right? I mean, you could make this a 4-petal flower if you wanted to, or something like that, just by changing the number of, you know, stitches that you skip. Like if you skip 4, you would increase the number of chains that you did or something. You know, you just have to try to make sure that however many stitches you're doing all the way around is the same number of stitches that you have on the base row. That's basically, you know, what you would want to consider. 3, 4, 5, 6. So then we skip 3, 1, 2, 3. Single crochet, chain 6, skip 3, 1, 2, 3, chain 6, skip 3, 1, 2, 3, single crochet, chain 6. And then we're going to anchor into the top of our first single crochet with a slip stitch. Yeah, you're absolutely right. Absolutely right, Elizabeth. Yeah, you could just do a bunch of those little circles. Yeah, and even just like that, I think is cute. You know, if you did that, like, okay, so here's one that I was just kind of playing around before I came on, but you know, if you did just a bunch of those little circles with, you can use embroidery floss, you guys, to make these little flowers, you know, and the hook that I used for this is a heavier crochet cotton, okay? It comes a lot thinner than this. I can't remember what the gauge is on this one, but this is the larger, I think like usually at Joann's there's 2 different sizes, and this is the larger of the 2, okay? I think it's like a 0 or something like that. But you'll see what I mean, like if you go looking for it. And usually they don't have like a whole ton of colors of this, but I mean they do have some, but sometimes it's hard for me to find the colors that I want in the size that I want, or I should say the weight that I want. But anyways, so for that weight, which is the larger one, I'm using this hook, which is a 2 1/4 millimeter. So, and you'll see like the steel crochet hooks, and they get a lot tinier than this, like way tinier. So the smaller the hook, the smaller your loops are going to be, right? So, yeah, but this, I can actually see it and work with it, and I still think it's really cute. You know, it's a nice weight, you know. So I'll probably make that into a little flower. So if you use just white, Yeah, if you use just white, yeah, exactly, Elizabeth. And then you could dye them. You know, you could even just make a whole bunch of white ones and then just use your spray inks to, digital homemade tape. No, it's 19, Carol. Yeah, on this pattern, it's 19. So you wind up actually 20 altogether because you count that chain 3 as your first one. And then it says to do 19 more. So it's really 20 altogether. So, okay, so where are we? Okay, so I did my slip stitch. I joined those all together. And then I chain 1. And I do my single crochet. And we basically just start, you know, finishing off those petals. And then a half double. So yarn over, pull through the first one, yarn over, pull through those 2. And then it's 6 double crochets in the loop. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I know I'm going kind of fast, huh, guys? So my son Samuel and his girlfriend, they made pot stickers today from scratch. They didn't make the, you know, the wrappers, but the wonton wrappers, but they put the meat like filling and all that together with the vegetables and grated the ginger, and they made a whole bunch of pot stickers today. Anyway, okay, so what do we do at the end of that? Oh yeah, slip stitch. We slip stitch into the top of this single crochet. So it's kind of hard to see the top of the single crochet, you guys, on here. And I just want to show you because it's weird. Like the top of the single crochet is actually over here. Okay, it's not right there. It's actually right there. Can you see what I'm talking about? Yeah, so it's not here like you would think. It's there. I'm just trying to point that out because sometimes when you're doing like a more complex pattern, it really, really, really matters where the top of that is, you know, rather than just guessing. It's important to know. So I just did a slip stitch in the top of that first single crochet, and then it says to chain 1. So then I start with the single crochet, a half double. Whoops, I did that wrong. There we go, half double, 1, and now I'm doing double crochets, 6 double crochets, 2, 3, 4, 5, oops, 6. Yeah, crochet bouquet. Yeah. Okay, and now a double or half double, and then a single, and then we anchor, chain 1, single, half double, double. So you want me to show you a treble real quick? Well, there's a half treble and a treble. So hang on a second. Drop a loop, yarn over and draw through two times. Okay, so a treble is basically, it's a triple crochet, right? So you yarn before you go through your stitch. This is not what we do on here. I'm showing you because I just want to. So you yarn over twice. So you put 2 extra loops on your hook, right? And then you'll go into a stitch. I'm going to take this out, but I'm just showing you. So then you'll go into your stitch, draw up a loop, and then you'll yarn over and you'll draw through 2 loops on the hook, and then 2 loops on the hook. Hold on a second. Yarn over and draw through 2 loops on hook 2 times. See, that doesn't make sense. Hold on. So yarn over twice. Pull up, draw up a loop. Two. I don't think you do it 3 times. Maybe you do. Anyways, there I am trying to show y'all how to do something and I got all confused. But I haven't done that for a long time. It's been a long time. So the half treble is easier, it looks like. Yarn over twice, insert hook and indicated stitch, yarn over and draw through 2 loops on hook, yarn over and draw through all 3. Okay, yeah, so you do it 3 times. So that's the difference. And some people do a half double a little bit differently than what I'm doing, but I've had it shown to me 2 different ways, so I'm just going to keep doing it the way I do it. But anyway, so we're doing double crochets right now. And I think what that means is they're just counting the number of times that you yarn over after you've drawn through the loop, you know? So yarn over once, yarn over again, and you're pulling through 2 loops each time. I think that's probably why they call it that. I don't know. But basically, a single crochet is 1 stitch high. A double crochet is 2 stitches high. A treble is 3 stitches high, you know? So that's kind of how it's supposed to work out as far as mathematically in a pattern. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1 more double. 6. And then half double crochet. So some people do a half double crochet differently. Like the way I've learned how to do it, you yarn over, insert the hook, draw up a loop, and then you pull through 1 without yarning over. What some people do is they yarn over, insert the hook, draw up a loop, yarn over, and then pull through all 3. And you can do a double crochet, a half double crochet the same. You can do it either way. It winds up being exactly the same. Yeah. I'm gonna try to pull through. Yeah, we're pull through 2, pull through 2. Yeah, but you yarn over each time you yarn over though, Amy. Or do you pull through 3 on the last one, but you yarn over each time? Yeah, anyway. Yeah. Anyway, okay, so that's the double. I just left it the way I did it. Okay. So then a single crochet. So then we'll go and anchor into the top of that single crochet with a slip stitch and then chain 1. Oops. One, two, three, four. Yeah, I used to do a lot of crocheting at work. A lot. I was making Steven a blanket. I'll give it to somebody else. Oh. Yeah, yeah, European, Schmeropean. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I just say as long as it, I don't know, you can do some pretty complicated stuff with crocheting. So I think it's important to be doing it the correct way for whatever your pattern is. But most books will show you in the beginning, like what, how to do the stitches. Even like the really old crochet patterns that I have, they all give you instructions on how to do the stitches. So we're almost done with this guy. And then basically, I just tie off that where I change colors. I just tie that off and then weave in the tails. Is that 5 or 6? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. So that was 6. Get it out of there. Okay. Okay, and then anchor off. Okay, so where I changed the colors, basically I'll just knot those together. I'll just knot the two colors together. And then I'll weave those in. Sometimes I'll take the one color and I'll weave it down this way and then the other color up that way, right? Because I don't want to weave this green up through there. You'll wind up seeing it. And you don't want to just cut it off at the knot there. And, you know, some people don't do a knot there. They'll just weave it in. I like to do a knot because, especially if it's like on a hat or something that's going to get a lot of wear and tear, I like to do a knot there. I just feel like it's more durable. But, you know, you don't have to. And sometimes people just actually weave through the stitches, you know. They don't even bother. On the flowers, on the flower here, I like the fact that I can take the yarn through there, you know, like I don't have to worry about just weaving it back and forth through the little bit of fabric. I can actually just take it all the way down and put it through some of that, you know, and then it's really, really hidden. And I don't feel like there's any way that that's gonna get exposed. So anyway, I'll do that later. So 2 flowers, and they're kind of big, you know, they're kind of large, a little large for a, you know, I wouldn't call it lacy, you know, but yeah, they're good for stuff. Then it would be cute on the cover of a journal. Why not? So let's do one of these leaves, okay? And I won't worry about doing another flower. You know, maybe I was being a little bit over ambitious. But we'll just do a little leaflet, and then you know, that'll give you a leaf and a flower. I'm familiar with these crochet turtles. Yeah. Well, it's a good stitch to have, though, when a treble is a good stitch to use when you need height, you know, when you definitely need height. And a lot of these flower stitches use a treble just for that reason, you know, because you need like a single stitch that's going to give you a good height. So that's, you encounter it a lot in this book. Seriously, you guys, I have not done any of these patterns in probably 4 or 5 years. So sorry if I'm a little out of practice on that, but so the difference between a treble and a half treble is the number of times that you yarn over. And a half treble, you actually pull through the 3 at the end rather than the 2 again. Anyway, I don't want to get it all complicated, but that's basically the difference. So for a small leaflet, I'll just go ahead and use this green. This is my other option for green. Well, no, I'll use this green. Okay. So get my slip knot. And then it says to chain 2, okay? So just 1, 2. And it says that is the stem of the leaf right there. So then it says to slip stitch in the 3rd chain from the hook to form a ring. Oh, no. Sorry. Chain 5. So you chain 2, and that's your stem. And then it says chain 5. So really it's chain 7, but it's 2 and then 5. 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. And then you slip stitch in the 3rd chain from the hook to form a ring. So I'm going to go back 3. So the 3rd chain from the hook. So back 3, right? So 1. So it's not this one here. It's the 3rd chain from the hook because that's part of that stitch. So it's 1, 2, 3. So we're slip stitching into this stitch. So you just insert the hook, draw through, and then draw through. So there's no yarn over. Okay, so it says to form a ring. So we have like a little, it's hard to see it right now, but we do have a little ring there. Okay. And then we're going to chain 1. Hang on a second. Chain 1, skip next chain, slip stitch in next chain, leave chain 2 leaflet stem unworked. I should have done this before I started trying to show you guys. Okay. So slip stitch in 3rd chain from hook to form a ring. Chain 1. Skip next chain, slip stitch in next chain. So we're skipping this one, and then we're okay, chain 1, skip 1, and then slip stitch in next one. So slip stitch. Leave chain 2 leaflet stem unworked. I don't understand that. It says, do not turn, continue working in the same direction. So, hang on a second. 2 slip stitches. Continue working in the same direction. So if I'm leaving that unworked, I don't get that. So it says 2 slip stitches. So I'm going to do 2 slip stitches, and I'm just going to do another slip stitch there. So then I don't get how it says that you're not to turn it though. Anyways, sorry guys. That's super confusing. I have actually found, yeah, I know. I know, Amy. Hold on. You should be working the top leaf. Yes, no, I know, but if it's telling me to go into that one, okay, just a second. Hold the phone. Okay, I'm back to there. Chain 5, slip stitch in third chain from hook to form a ring. Okay. From hook to form a ring. Chain 1. Skip next chain. Well, anyway, that pattern doesn't make any sense to me. I'm sure it makes more sense to you, Amy, but it doesn't. I don't see how you're supposed to work it if you can't turn it, but whatever. Anyway, so we're not going to do that leaf. Go into the same stitch for the 2 slip stitches. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I know I've done this a million times, but I can't remember how to continue working in something if you don't. Just a minute. Okay, so basically you just leave that unworked and just continue working into the, and you just kind of go over it basically, if you're going to continue working into that loop, or into the ring, I mean. So if you do the 2 slip stitches, hold on. I know, and everybody's like, what the hell are you doing, Jessica? Anyways, continue working the same direction. So 4 half double crochets. So I'm just going to do my 4 half double crochets, and I'm going to start them into that, in that ring. Yeah. One. This is a tiny little leaf too. 2. 3. Whoops. 4. And then it's a double crochet. And then okay, and then a double crochet. Hold on. We'll see what this looks like, you guys. Hold on. Just my half double, and then half double. Sometimes I just have to do it and then go back and look at it the way I think it's supposed to be, and then go back and look at it. And if it's wrong, I'll take it out. But we did a cute flower, huh? Oh, you guys are funny. You guys are so cute. Yeah, and there's the stem. Yeah, okay. It's the picot that kind of throws me off sometimes. Okay. So then we join it with a slip stitch at the base. There we go. Well, technically you're supposed to join it with a slip stitch at the base of the, let me just add one. There we go. See, you can cover up your screw-ups in crocheting pretty easily. This is not how this is supposed to look, but I don't care. So, anyways, it's a little leaf. And the pattern is in the Facebook group, but I'm going to rework this again because I honestly don't think that I did that right. And that was not much of a tutorial on the, I know, I'm lost too, Carol. Don't feel bad. We did good on the flower. I will figure out exactly what this means, and I'll probably make a video on it. Yeah, it's okay, Amy. Thanks. Yeah, it's pretty except for right there. Yeah, it's okay. It should be a little bit tighter. See, it should be a little bit tighter. But I'll figure it out. I used to do this one all the time, so that's kind of what I'd like to do. I know, Carol. You're funny. I think we did pretty good, to be honest. I think we did really good. That gazania flower is really pretty. Maybe I'll do this rose leaf and just, you know, I mean, that's basically what this is. It's just the small leaflets. I guess it's the same. That's the same thing. These little round leaflets are kind of fun. Yeah, so now I'm kind of getting into the idea of crocheting again. I like this kind of leaf too. It's really pretty. All right, Scotty. Thanks for coming and hanging out. Yeah, this is kind of a short one today, I guess, but you might be able to figure it out now, maybe, Carol. I know. I'm sorry I screwed that up so bad at the end there on the leaf. I knew I should have worked these patterns before I started trying to do this, but I thought, God, it's just a little leaflet. I can do that, you know. It's not a big deal. Thanks, Laura. Good night, Scotty. I love you. Oh. Anyway. All right, so what are you guys going to do? Crochet now? You going to crochet some more now, you guys? Yeah, I think that flower, yeah, absolutely. That is how we learn. That flower is actually very, very versatile, you know. Working on a baby blanket. Nice, Elizabeth. You have a baby in your life? Who's the baby in your life? You're just making a baby blanket for no reason? Oh, okay, for a friend. Oh, a traveler's journal? Nice, Laura. Right on. We want to see it. We want to see it. If you want to send pictures to me when you're done, I can share them in the group for you. Because you know I have a baby in my life, don't you, Elizabeth? Do you guys want to see my grandbaby? Want to see a new picture of him? Like you would say no. Like anybody would say, no, we don't want to see your grandson. I don't know if I showed you guys this picture or not, but look at him. More clusters, huh, Sheila? Right on. Yeah. Look at him. Isn't he so cute? He's a little guy. Yeah, he's like almost 8 pounds now. Whoops, I better hide that. Um, and this is my other grandson. That's Calvin with Momo. He fell asleep in the car on the way home. That's my 5-year-old grandson. Yeah, can't see him very good, but it's a really cute picture of Momo. Anyway. All right, you guys. Try to stay out of trouble, all right? And we'll do some I'm gonna figure out that leaf, and then I'll do like a I'll do a video, okay? I'll try to make a video and get that figured out. And maybe I'll even do one of these other, leaves or something. Who knows? Like I could start doing a whole bunch of crochet videos. I'm glad you did too, Elizabeth. I'm glad all of you guys came and did that. And I said that I would, and I do like to do what I say I'm gonna do. So I said I would. Oh, you're welcome, Elizabeth. I'm glad you guys came. So, but we'll do some journaly stuff. I'm working on some, real quick. I've got these that I'm working on. All these journals. I think there's 10 of them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, oh, 9. So I'm working on these. These are some larger, like, pamphlets and stuff that I have. So I'm working on doing that. And I got some, I got a whole bunch of, what's it called? Wallpaper. I got a bunch of wallpaper from this seller on Etsy. So yeah, so I think I'm gonna do like some Frankenpaper type of stuff, some really, really cute wallpapers. So I think I'm gonna do that. I ordered a new sewing machine, you guys. Yay! Or did I tell you that already? Yeah, this is not wallpaper. It looks like wallpaper, but it's not. Yeah, Carol, I generally work on a couple dozen at a time usually. It's a Brother. So it was a Brother machine that they had on Amazon. It wasn't the high-end one or anything. It's like, middle of the road. And it was about $160 is what the price was. But I noticed when I went to buy it that they had one that was still prime, but it was only 121 because the box was damaged. So, yeah, so I ordered the one that was $121 with the damaged box, but I still also got the additional like warranty and stuff, which they have to honor. So, I doubt if there's anything wrong with it at all. I seriously doubt if Amazon would be selling if there was anything wrong with it. So I don't care if the box is dented, and it came with a case and stuff. So it does like 60 or 90 stitches or something like that. I don't know. But yeah, so I got a new sewing machine coming. Excited about that. And then I have like a custom order that I'm working on too. Can't really show you guys that one because, well, here's the beginning of the cover. So, yeah. That's the cover. So that's what I'm up to. Anyway, so I will be here on Sunday, and who knows what we'll get into. We'll do something painting and stuff. Oh, one more thing. I got my gift certificate from Stampington and Company. And so they gave me a gift certificate for my article, you know, because I wrote like the article. And anyway, so they finally emailed me the gift certificate. So it was like $200. And so I ordered a whole bunch of those. They're not magicals, but they're like those like powder watercolors. They're color bursts. Those color bursts. So I got 4 sets of those. Yeah, they're expensive. They're like 38 bucks a piece. And I figured, well, if they're giving them to me, that's what I'll get. So I got 4 sets of those. And then Tim Holtz like set is like tickets and stuff, stamps. So yeah, so I got those priority mail. So I should get them on Monday or something. Yeah, I'm sure they're messy, Amy. But you know why I wanted to get them? Because I want to try them with the crackle finish, like the crackle paste. I bet they'll be really cool with that. Yeah, so yeah, 200 bucks is not bad, you know. They would have paid me cash, but they said it would have been like 150, or if I wanted the gift certificate, it was like 195. So I took the gift certificate. Anyway, so I know, heck yeah. So anyways, all right, you guys. Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't have ever paid $38 for a set of those things, but if it was free, you know, why not? I mean, I was just getting a whole bunch of stuff. You know, Stampington and Company on their website, you know, they have like a shop there. They had some stuff that I would have taken, but you know, there just wasn't a whole lot that I necessarily wanted, you know. So I was just kind of getting like some paper bags and like, you know, baker's twine and things like that. But then I saw those and I went, oh, yeah, that's what I'm going to do. So I'll show you. Maybe one day, like next week, if I get them in time, we'll play with them, you know. I'll do some crackle paste on some like tiles maybe, and we can play with them. Because I'm in the mood to maybe do some tiles here pretty soon. So anyway. All right, you guys. I will let you go. I'm going to go eat some pot stickers. Yeah, exactly. Okay. All right, so I will see you on Sunday for sure. And yeah, you guys have a good week too. Have a good week until then. All right. Love you. I'm glad Dad's home, Karla. Give him a hug for me. All right, Chica. You take care. Okay, bye, Laura. Bye, Amy. Bye, Elizabeth. Bye, Carol. Have good sleeps. All right. Bye for now. Oh, 4 p.m. 4 p.m. Same time, Carol. Pacific time. Yeah. And join our Facebook group if you haven't already. It's Junk Journal Connections on Facebook. Just search for groups in there. So, and then you should get a notification and that kind of stuff when I go live and that kind of thing. So, and subscribe to my channel too. So, all right. Love you guys. Take care, okay?